You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
Warning. Listening to the Doug Stewart Show may cause sore throat from arguing about sports so much, increased knowledge of sports and sports issues, short tolerance for BS sports shows, you will start referring to yourself as a Stewie, consistent visits to the Doug Stewart Show chat room to talk ish, a sudden craving for boiled peanuts, fellas, better luck with the ladies, better luck with the fellas, a deeper appreciation for 80s and 90s hip-hop music, and an uncontrollable urge to donate money to the Doug Stewart Show. We thank you for listening. Enjoy.
Nothing but against the party.
I'm going to give it to you raw, no Vaseline.
What?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
And that's figuratively, not literally, because I don't
Yes,
get down
sir.
like that. You know what I mean? The
Yes,
realest,
sir.
the trillest sports talk show in America. The
Let's
Doug
go.
Stewart Show.
Breaking news. Let's go, Stewies.
Yeah! What's happening? Welcome to the Doug Stewart Show, a breaking news edition. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you so much for joining your boy. What's today's date? December 12th, 2016, and we got breaking news. Well, welcome to the show, man. I know a lot of you are like, what the hell? That's right, breaking news for the Doug Stewart Show. All right, so I kept telling y'all, man, we're going to start to do more things like this where we actually, when there's a breaking news story or whatever, we're going to chime in, man, and give you our thoughts and our reaction. So if you're driving home right now from work, man, you listened to the Doug Stewart Show earlier today, this is what we call breaking news. That's right, breaking news. Jeff Fisher is out. Ding dong, the witch is dead. That's right. And I kind of wanted to give some reaction and get your thoughts on Jeff Fisher being out as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams fired and battled Coach Jeff Fisher on Monday, one day after the team lost for the 8th time in 9 games. Did you hear me? 8 times in 9 games. He sucked. Yeah. This cat absolutely sucked, man. So he's out now as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. I keep wanting to say St. Louis Rams. The team later announced the special teams coordinator John Faso has been named interim coach, the son of longtime NFL coach Jim Faso. Has been with the team for 5 years. The 4-9 Rams play a road game against the Seattle Seahawks on this Thursday night. Fisher's Rams were coming off a 42-14 blowout loss at home to the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, their third consecutive lopsided defeat. It pushed their record to 4-9 and gave Fisher 165 career losses, tying him with Dan Reeves for the NFL record. Let me just stop right there. And you're listening to a special edition of the Doug Stewart Show, man, on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. If you listen to the show this morning, and the normal show hours are Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. If you listen to the show this morning, I came on and I definitively said that may have been the worst football team that I've ever seen in my life. And I meant it. I wasn't joking. Now, we've seen a lot of bad teams throughout the years. I mean, we've watched a lot of football throughout our lives. I've been watching football for over 40 years, and I've seen a lot of bad teams. Hell, the Detroit Lions went defeated a couple of years ago. They went 0-16. And I don't know. The Cleveland Browns are bad. Obviously, the Browns don't have a victory. The Rams have 4. I'm trying to figure out how the hell the Browns got 4 victories, first of all. But that team that I watched yesterday playing against the Atlanta Falcons was extra bad. And I did say extra with an EX, extra bad. It almost seemed like in watching that game yesterday, it was different. Like once again, we've seen bad teams, but this team that I saw yesterday up close and personal because the Falcons were playing them. And so I watched every single play. I had heard about how bad they were. I saw the first game of the year against San Francisco. I had heard about how bad this team was. But watching this game yesterday, that team reminded me of kind of like the equivalent of like the Washington Generals. You remember the Washington Generals? They used to get beat up. They were the patsy for the Harlem Globetrotters, whatever league that the Globetrotters play in, whatever fictional league they play in. Like, it was something extra bad about this team that I saw yesterday. It pushed their record to 4-9 and gave Fisher, once again, 165 career losses. Fisher now has 6 consecutive losing seasons, and his teams have finished about 500 in only 6 of his 20 prior full seasons as head coach. Let me repeat that one more time because it bears repeating. It bears repeating. Jeff Fisher now has 6 consecutive losing seasons, and his teams have finished about 500 in only 6 of his 20 prior full seasons as head coach in the NFL. And you're listening to the breaking news show, I guess we'll call it, on the Doug Stewart Show here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Since Fisher arrived in 2012, the Rams have been no better than 7-8-1. This man has been the head coach since 2012, and their best record in those 4 years is 7-8-1. Yes, boo him again, studio audience. While continuing to have problems with penalties and never being able to get their offense off the ground, Fisher signed a contract extension through the 2018 season before the start of this year, but news of it didn't leak until December 4th, the morning before an eventful 26-10 loss to the New England Patriots. When the GM Kroenke first gave Fisher an extension, the thought was that he could at least lead the Rams into their new stadium in Inglewood. That ain't going to happen because they got his ass out of there. And I'm laughing. You damn right. Yes, I'm laughing. But then the Rams' first season in Los Angeles unraveled with a blowout loss to the San Francisco 49ers. That's the game that I mentioned that I saw early at the start of the season when they just got destroyed. San Francisco is a bad team as well. but San Francisco just handled them. There was also controversy, which I think might be the reason on why they moved so quickly. There was some controversy with Hall of Fame running back Eric Dickerson, who was infuriated by a phone call from Jeff Fisher in which he allegedly denied him sideline passes. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Famer, the best player in your organization's history, and you tell him you can't come on the sideline. Child, please. Yeah, so that wasn't a good look as well. Eric Dickerson said, until Jeff Fisher is fired or gone as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams, I'll never come to another game. And actually, Eric Dickerson's already done an interview out there in L.A. and says, yeah, Dickerson's Jeff Fisher's out. I'll be at a Rams game next time they play home. I'll be there. He did an interview with Colin Cowherd out there. Let me give you my thoughts on this, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, a special breaking news episode of the Doug Stewart Show. So I wanted to talk about this Jeff Fisher firing. I also want to talk a little bit, kind of preview tonight's game between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. We'll quickly do that. And also, maybe before we even do that, before we get to the game tonight, we'll talk about Lane Kiffin having a new job. He gets another job. He like the modern-day Jeff Fisher. He like the modern-day Jeff Fisher, Lane Kiffin. So we'll talk about all those before we get out of here. Maybe we'll stay around for like an hour or so. But let me give you my thoughts about Jeff Fisher, man. And I've said it before many, many times. If you listen to the Doug Stewart Show, not a fan of Jeff Fisher to say the least. Really thought that he handled the maturation of Steve McNair wrong. I think that he never really liked the idea of a quote-unquote dual-threat quarterback playing for him in the NFL. He's one of these traditionalist-type coaches that likes for their quarterbacks to sit in the pocket or whatever. That's how he strikes me. You remember when the Tennessee Titans and the owner of the Tennessee Titans, what's his name, Bud Adams, I believe, drafted Vince Young, and Jeff Fisher didn't want anything to do with it. Jeff Fisher wanted Matt Leinart. He didn't get Matt Leinart, so it seems like he always had this thing against Vince Young. So I haven't been a fan of the man ever since. And then add on top of that, the man kept this job when coach after coach after coach after coach after coach got shown the door. Somehow, Jeff Fisher, I don't know whether it's through hook or crook, through politics or whatever it may be, he kept the job for, I'm doing the calculations right now, Jeff Fisher's been a head coach in the NFL for 22 years. Eric Dickerson said, I'm not hating on Jeff Fisher when asked about him being fired today. He says, I'm not hating, but I'm not going to feel too sad for a man that's made $35 million. And there lies the rub. Jeff Fisher's made over $35 million as a head coach in the NFL. And we always talk about the lack of diversity, the lack of black coaches in the NFL, and how when a black coach gets a job and they lose their job, that's pretty much it. Rarely do they get second and third opportunities like a lot of these other coaches have. Rarely, if they don't come out and they don't win a gazillion games right off the rip and just turn into like the modern-day Vince Lombardi, do they get the opportunity to turn things around? Jeff Fisher, I don't know how, man, has convinced people in hiring capacities to give him a job and let him keep a job, even though he's been mediocre at best for over 20 years. And so I think today is a good day. Once again, I'm not going to feel sad for Jeff Fisher. I don't like to hear about anybody losing their job, but right is right. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Jeff Fisher is out as head coach of the Los Angeles Rams.